All right, so on this episode, I had a live Q&A with my clients. I start off by talking about social media and how they can use it as a tool, how to make sure that they are feeding the algorithm the right things so it doesn't become something negative in their lives. And then we go on to do a Q&A. This is a different type of episode that I'm doing. So if you are enjoying these episodes, please do me a favor and comment or like it or download it. Let me know, and I will keep doing these episodes. If not, I will just go back to the other stuff. This is a little experiment I'm doing, so I hope you are enjoying it, and thank you for listening. And if you want to be on the inside and actually be able to show up to these coaching calls, hit the link in the bio and apply for the program. I am taking applications for this month, and I hope to see you all there. All right, here we go. Welcome to the VetRise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing has not been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. I want to start off by sharing that social media is an absolute amazing tool. Without social media, none of us would be here. Most of you found me through social media. Without social media, I wouldn't be here. My business was built on the back of social media. And because of social media, I also want to let you guys know that I put my resignation papers in today. Apparently, it's not retirement, even though it's past 10 years. Whatever. Who cares? Resignation papers in. So I officially put my freaking 2 weeks notice or whatever you want to call it in. So I just want you guys to know that I did share that earlier. So that is a win that I want to celebrate with you guys. It's official. There's no going back, and I'm freaking pumped for that. So a lot of big things coming in December. So November 25th will be my last day working, and November 26th will be my first full-time day with you guys. So I'm excited about that. All right, let's kick it off. So if you're going on social media, think about what is going to happen for you. You're not just going on there to complain and to moan. Like, you can share with the Savage Squad. You can post in the group. But think about, what are you going to do about it? Ask questions if you need help. Don't just present the problem. Think about what is the solution. Think about, how does it make you feel when you post that and receive value because you are a person of value? Don't just scroll. Make your time online intentional. And by the way, everything that we're talking about here, guys, your kids will also pick up these habits from you because they watch you. They see what you consume. They listen to the radio that you're listening to. They pay attention, believe it or not, much more than you think. So let's make sure we pass off some good habits to our kids. My son is already listening to the Jocko podcast. More specifically, Jocko has a podcast specifically for kids called the Warrior Kid Podcast. And he's already listening to it. Some of the stuff he doesn't understand, he's 3 years old, but he is learning some of it. There's a reason why I tell him every morning, today is going to be the best day ever. Every day that I go down to my office down here, I tell him, Oliver, what am I going to do? And he yells back, change lives. Every day. So social media can be a tool for growth. It can help you network with like-minded individuals, especially specific apps like LinkedIn. You can learn. You can watch so many amazing educational videos on YouTube. You can gather. You can create groups that you want to be a part of. You can join specific groups, but just be careful with which ones you join and how you engage. Gather content that actually fuels you and your goals. If you have someone that you are inspired by and you see their stuff, follow them. Like their stuff. Engage with it. It will continue to feed you more stuff like that. Now, how does this have an impact on your growth journey? It helps you take control of your mental consumption by enhancing your focus. I promise you, you guys feel much more drained when you are on social media and you get off the phone and then you notice that the clock says 2 a.m. and you're like, fuck. Or during dinner time, you're watching a mindless show, and before you know it, you forgot to go do your evening walk. It will change the way that you treat yourself. When you have a clear alignment with your goals, you will be able to consume social media differently. You will be more mindful. You have to know what you are aiming for. If you want to get healthy and stop eating crap food, but you get a bunch of people that are sharing junk food, or you get a bunch of ads for Grubhub or you get a bunch of like social media stuff that just isn't helping you, or someone complaining about their day, or that same friend that keeps complaining about her husband who she's been with for the past 10 years and hasn't done anything to change the relationship, where's it going to get you? Nowhere. Have clear alignment. If you want to change your life, you want to transform it, if you want to build up your business, follow business accounts. If you want to be a better coach, follow coaching accounts. If you want to be a better public speaker, go and follow public speaker accounts. It can really help you if you let it. Now, improve resilience. Improving resilience is another positive outcome of controlling your mental diet. If you can build that freaking resilience to not going on the stupid social websites, to not listen to stupid negative talk radio, to not just paying attention to all the bad stuff that happens in the world and focusing on good stuff, you will build resilience because everything builds your discipline. Everything. And you're building discipline today so that tomorrow you can be a better example for your kids, for the people around you, for the people that are joining the Savage Squad today, for you. Imagine your transformation before. Maybe you felt overwhelmed by all the negativity online. Raise your hands if you guys have gone on social media and you just see a bunch of people complaining and you're like, oh my God, this world is fucking doomed. Now, think about a change. Picture what would happen if you only followed accounts that aligned with your goals. You wouldn't see that stuff anymore. You would actually start to change. And what's the after look like? Well, less anxiety, more focus, and a feed that actually supports the journey that you are trying to build. So I want to challenge you guys. In the next 2 days, I want you guys to commit to unfollowing 20 accounts that don't serve you and following 10 that do. So go into your calendars and write in there, social media cleanse. And I want you guys to spend at least 30 minutes purposefully being on social media, unfollowing accounts, following accounts that you actually want to follow, and cleaning up your friend list. I want you guys to do this because I promise you, if you continue to do this, every time you're on social media, you can get better and better at it. Curate your socials, the stuff that you post and the stuff that you consume. Take ownership of your digital life and make each click count. Now, before we move on, we are going to actually do it right now live together. So I'm going to pull out my phone. All right, there it is. So I'm going to open up Instagram. Now, keep in mind, first thing that pops up, Gary freaking Vaynerchuk. And I love this guy. Why? Because he was one of the first people that actually encouraged me to go on socials. He is a mentor of mine, and he doesn't even know me. And that's something that is honestly one of the coolest things about social media. You get to learn from people that are doing it and have been doing it. They're not special. They just took action. Cody Sanchez, I like the stuff she puts out. She puts out very cool stuff that actually means something to me. Brian Maza, if you want to grow in all areas of life, these are a must. And now he has something of value right here. You need people in your life that are further ahead of you than you. Bam. Weren't we just talking about this? Political ads, of course. Guess what? Hi, Dad. Macros with Matt. I know this guy. He's a freaking beast. I love this guy. He's one of my fellow coaches. I'm going to actually like it because I want to engage with him because I want to see more of that. Veteran debt help. Gee, I wonder why I see this. Guess what? I don't want to hear about veteran debt help because I know it's an ad targeted specifically at growing a certain company that I am not a fan of. And I only know this because I went into a deep dive about it. What I was talking about. Personal communicator. This guy is a coach for public speaking, for enunciating. I watched all of his videos and I've worked very hard on applying the things that he talks about because he is a great coach. And a lot of the stuff that I talk about is because of how I've redone my vocal image because of him. Real Brian Mark, this is my coach. Absolutely. So I want to see more of this. So I'm going to engage with him. This is another self-help account. New tonic. Guess what? I drink the stuff. So that's why it's popping up. I'm going to leave it there because I want to continue to get ads about that. Body Ops. This is my ops. This is a competition. This is another veteran coach. And I am consuming his content because I'm paying attention. Keep your friends close and what? He's not my enemy, but I'm watching what he's doing. And if I find anything that doesn't serve me, which as we can see, I'm not, my feed is curated for a reason. There's nothing on here that I would unfollow right now, but an example that you can still do. So your stories, that's something else you can also curate. So if you're seeing stories from something that is useless for you, you just don't want to see that story anymore, you can unfollow them too. You can mute their stories. right? So my stories are very curated for a reason. But if I was to see someone that I don't want to see their stories anymore, just because it's the same stuff over and over again, I might unfollow them. I'm not interested in this. I don't want to see haircuts. However, this is a mentee that at some point used to talk to me and used to take my advice and follow me. So I don't necessarily want to unfriend him or unfollow him, but I can mute his story. Bam, muted. I don't need to see that anymore. And you can do this on all platforms. It doesn't just have to be Instagram. All right? So again, take time, apply this tomorrow, take time and start curating your feed, because I promise you, it will start changing the way that you look at the world, because you will start looking at the world through a different lens. So if you have a question, raise your little hand. You're going to drop a win first, and then we're going to go ahead and ask questions. I want to make sure everyone gets their questions asked. Savannah, all right, start with the win, and then ask your question.
I bought a new Bible today.
Wins.
Here's my win.
A what?
I bought a new Bible today.
Wonderful. Love that. Now, schedule time to read it.
Yes, and it's just for busy moms too. So it has spots.
And I like the color because it's going to stand out for you.
Yes, it will. So
Beautiful.
tonight I gave my daughter her birthday gift. I bought her a cell phone. But she's in competitive gymnastics, so we need that line of contact.
Of course. Very on topic.
Yeah. I'm struggling with my 13-year-old with time restrictions. I don't want it to be passed down to her. So got any tips, tricks?
Yeah. They have an iPhone. You have an iPhone?
She did not want an iPhone, so I didn't do the iPhone. But
Okay.
I did set, Android has the limits on it when you first activate it. So I did set those.
So when did you buy the phone?
Today.
Okay, beautiful. So this is my advice to you. And this is actually something that was taught to me a while back. You get to establish the baseline. The norms are the norms when you establish them. So if a long time ago, the norm of at home was staying up late till 9 p.m., the moment that you try and change that bedtime to 8 p.m., it is hard to do, right? So like now, new phone, just started, you get to establish the norms. So pick your rules of what you are going to follow and establish them now before it gets to a point where she feels like she has more open world. And then before you know it, you have to rein it back in. So you need to think about what the timeline is going to be as far as using the phone. Is it going to be only for communications when she's out of the house? Is she going to have it at home? Are you going to set screen time limits? Is she going to be allowed to have it before dinner and then after dinner it goes away for bedtime? Is she going to have it overnight? Is she going to be able to, use it on the weekends? Think about the rules that you want to have and really be conscious of how you want to have these rules. And I'm going to give you guys a freaking awesome tool that I've shared before, but I'm actually building up a few things on here for you guys specifically that VetRise will be using. But this is one of the most freaking amazing tools that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to share my screen again in 1 second. Give me 1 second. And the reason why this tool is amazing is because it can help you by being your assistant. ChatGPT. This is my assistant for the world. As you guys can see, we're building out a few things in here for you guys that you'll be able to use to have a guide to healthy dining choices when eating out. We're building out some stuff in here based off the stuff that we put in there. But let's see, ChatGPT. All right. And just bought my daughter.
I have that app too.
Beautiful. First phone. What are some rules that I can establish now to make sure she uses it in a healthy way and doesn't become obsessed with it? I am the parent, but I also want to help her grow within reason of using technology. So you feed it something, and then it's going to work back. So these are some ideas right here. Designate phone-free times. Establish when she won't be on her phone, like during meals, homework, and before bed. This helps create a natural balance and keeps her focused on the priorities. Limit social media. If she's old enough for social media, talk about privacy, kindness, and healthy boundaries online. Limiting time on social apps can help prevent an obsession with scrolling and comparing. What we were talking about today, right? Set screen time boundaries. You can go on her phone, and I'm sure there's some way to set it up on the iPhone where they have certain screen times. If she had an iPhone, you had an iPhone, that's another scenario because I know they can actually request permission to have certain screen times, but you can still do this on her phone, I'm sure. Encourage in-person connection, monitor and discuss content. Make sure that, like, if she needs to download an app or a website, limit it to certain things to make sure she has to ask permission. Create a digital curfew. Model balanced phone use. What we talked about. Kids notice what we do. What we were talking about today. So try to show her a healthy balance with your phone habits. Put your phone away during family times and avoid bringing it to the table or bed. Regularly revisit rules. The cool part about ChatGPT is you can say, okay, now give me some more detailed examples and a schedule I can follow for Monday through Friday and weekend as well. And it'll do that for you. So it takes in what you give it, and then it creates it back, and now you have a schedule. And guess what? You can copy and paste this into your notes and save it. And you can actually create this conversation and name it something. So phone rules for kids. Sorry?
What did you type in? Oh, that's still going down. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
So you can actually look at the sources here too, but all the stuff is in here. Okay? Oh, I said Google. I meant to say give me some examples. But that is a tool you can use to actually start developing some healthy habits for your daughter. And just remember, like, she picks up what you create, right? Because you said they have been more interested in going to the gym. They have been more interested in eating healthier. And it's because of you, right? Because of you and Steven. So again, if you want to work on the habits with her, start establishing the baseline now, start creating the rules now, and make sure that those boundaries are not violated by you or by her. And when I say you, I mean that don't just give her more time on her phone when she's doing great. That should not be the reward, right? The reward should be something else, in my opinion. But don't just give the phone to her when you're feeling tired or drained or you don't want to deal with your kids. I know it's easier said than done, but the things that are easier said than done are the things that are worth doing because they can actually change a lot more for you. Does that help? Where's Savannah? There you are. Does that help?
Oh, yeah. Yes, a lot. Yeah, we just had a conversation about Android has the parent controls. She set up I guess I needed to be really strict about not changing the lock code to your phone.
Yes, absolutely.
Without my permission.
Yeah, hell no. You should know that. And yes, this is my parenting. This is my parenting coming through, right? I don't have a teenager. I don't know what it's like. I can't tell you, but I will tell you that you get to establish the baseline. I grew up in a household that did not watch The Simpsons. Never did. Guess what? I didn't like miss out on stuff. Sure, whatever. People watch The Simpsons or Family Guy, but I never did. I wasn't allowed to. So therefore, like, it just didn't happen. Right? And that was the rule. That was the baseline. So, like, if you establish a rule, it will be followed. Respect that boundary and set it. And if anyone has advice that they want to drop, feel free. We're here to help each other. We are a community, we are a family, and that's what we're here for, right? And Allison, I see that you said you use ChatGPT for meal planning. Sam is building out something really cool for you guys where it's going to actually have more information of like what I coach and what I teach specifically with different like versions of ChatGPT that are going to be VetRise Academy guides for eating out and, you know, meal prepping with this in mind, stuff like that. But we're building that out. But I love that you already use it for meal prepping. Beautiful. And yes, you can plug in everything. You can even plug in the stuff that we have in the app in there, and it'll help you build off of that. Who else wants to raise their hand? Steven, what's up, brother? What you got?
Today after school, I met my wife at the mall, and then I went and checked out a store,
Mm-hmm.
and I went to go look for a Bible because, you know, I've been trying to find my faith and understand it more. So I was just scrolling through a bunch of Bibles, different types. I got the men's Bible that kind of like helps me understand better.
Good.
And I didn't pay for it. A random person in the store paid for it.
Wow.
And
that's a sign.
I mean, I was like, that's a sign right there, right? And another win I had for today was I welded a lot better and didn't burn myself as much.
Well, I love the wins. Make sure you set time aside to read the Bible and have a system to make sure you follow it. Okay?
Yes, sir.
What's your question, Stephen?
Oh, I didn't really have a question. I just wanted to share some wins.
I appreciate that. Thank you for sharing that. And I did send you a few podcasts that I recommend. Okay. All right. Conroy, go ahead, brother. I see that you said that my page pops up all the time.
Oh, yes, it does. That's because I followed you last year. A good win today is getting to the gym early, and I
Good.
was able
Happy to
to
hear
go
that.
up in weight on a
Good.
few of the workouts.
How's the cold shower this morning?
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah. Extra
Woke
cold.
my ass up, but that's good. Extra
Yeah.
cold.
Today my ice barrel was finally in the 30s, and it's been a while since it hit the 30s.
Yep.
And it was extra motivating.
Cold?
Yeah.
Of course it was.
Yeah.
Steven, another thing is good.
I love that.
This book is a devotional just for guys.
Daily Strength for Men. Love that. Thanks for sharing, Conroy.
Yep. And I got to start feeding my Instagram down and looking up more contracting work.
Absolutely. Facebook is a great tool for local stuff as well.
Yeah.
But Instagram, I think about how you consume the stuff, right? So like, it's not just about looking at videos of local contractors. You can just look up contracting stuff and get ideas for your business. No, exactly. And I mean, I guarantee you could type in like contracting business coach, and there's somebody out there that might be giving away free value of how to build your contracting business.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And
I will definitely look at that.
And I look at coaching stuff online that isn't necessarily something that I'm talking about, but there's always a way to apply it to what we're doing here. There's stuff that I'm changing. I'm doing the weekly pod chat starting in December every Wednesday because of my coach, because of Brian Mark, and because I saw how freaking amazing yesterday went. I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I want more of that. So I'm going to be doing more of those starting December. So
yep.
Thank you for that. Did you have a question?
Yeah. Nope.
You sure? You're good? Everything's freaking solid?
Good. Yes, it is.
All right. Wonderful. Happy to hear that. Allison, did you have a hand up? And Sarah, I'm going to address what you said. I promise. If she's still here. Yeah, Sarah's still here. Sorry, I have to look over the screen. Allison, did you have a question? Or you want to share a win?
A win? Okay. As I'm doing IVF, so I'm in the middle of something called a mock cycle. So I'm having a biopsy done on Monday to see, what's going on and when it'll tell me when I could do the frozen embryo transfer.
Good. That is a win. I love that. Making progress.
So hopefully December or January, but I'm not in a rush.
I love the mindset, but I love that there's like no like, oh, I hope it happens, because I have a feeling that because you're doing all this work, like I'm feeling really hopeful.
Thank you.
And what is the question you have?
I don't have any questions.
Nothing, really. Nothing at all. Everything's great. Think about something where you were like, oh, I wonder how to do this, or I wonder what Coach JP would say, or I wonder if there's a better way to do this, or oh, I wish I could do this differently. Nothing at all this past week.
I'm going on vacation.
Okay. So
I'll be in Hawaii, so I don't know how I will do.
So ask.
Yeah, diet.
Okay. So let's look back at how you did it last time. When you went on vacation last time, what was kind of the baseline for you? Because you still tracked everything from what I saw, right? So is there anything that you struggled with last time, or maybe you want to do better this time or differently this time that you kind of maybe need a little bit of guidance on?
I don't know. I just feel like Hawaii, I know they have American food, but I just feel like it's a lot of spam and rice and
How long's the vacation for?
Like a week.
When are you leaving?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Okay. So what I would suggest for you is from now until Wednesday, do everything to stay within all your boundaries. And then when you go on vacation, give yourself a rule of something that you will follow, which means like if you're only going to have one dessert a day or two, or if you're going to make sure that you get your protein in and not track your calories, or if you want to make sure that you don't snack all day along with your meals, follow that rule. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to track everything. Memories over macros always. And if you come back and maybe you don't lose the weight that you want to lose, I would rather you be intentional with what you're eating instead of just saying, oh, well, I'm on vacation, I'm going to go all out and go crazy. And then you put on weight that you feel angry about later on, and then you resent your vacation. I would rather you not do that. I'd rather you focus on one thing, follow it as closely as you can, do the workouts that you can do. We can transition them to hotel workouts or bodyweight workouts at least 3 times a week, waking up early and doing them with your family. Maybe you have someone that you're vacationing with that loves to work out too. I think that's how Lucy came on board, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
I mean, I never worked out with her, but she used to work out a lot. So.
Yeah. Well, like, again, maybe you'll find someone that enjoys to work out, or maybe someone that loves to go for a walk after dinner. Like, remember, this is your individual journey, and you don't have to impose it on people. But have your boundaries, have your rules of like what you're going to follow. And like, if people want to have 2 or 3 drinks at the bar at night, and you don't want to have any, then don't. And if you want to have one, that's fine. Memories over macros. You're building yourself up to be the very best version of yourself. And guess what? If you come back and your next check-in isn't like absolute best, guess what? The progress that you make, it's still going in the right direction, right? You haven't been ignoring yourself and then it goes up here and it comes back down. Like, you've been on point, which is why you get to enjoy this vacation, right? I will never tell you, oh, well, you better, work out every day and you better, not be eating any fast food. Like, be mindful of it. When you go to the fast food place with everybody else, guess what? Maybe you don't want to eat the freaking cheeseburger anymore. Maybe now you're craving a salad. For me, that's what happens. And you get to make that choice, right? Does that help?
Thank you.
Wonderful. Love that. Eric, you didn't talk today. I feel
cheated
a little bit. You good? As long as you're good.
You know what? I'll share a win. I don't have a question, but I'll share a win.
Go for it.
I got all the footings under that house in Lincoln. I got all those footings dug. I'm gonna pour my last one tomorrow, which is good because I'm doing all bag mix, and I've got concrete boogers for like 2 weeks after I do one of these freaking jobs. And I know I should be smarter about it, right? But anyway,
you're
all
telling
those holes
yourself
are dug,
that,
which is phenomenal, right? And then I can start building that girder next week. I can get this house lifted up solid and then get it sold. I think once I'm done with this work, it's finally going to get the house to the price point I've set for it. So
beautiful. Love that, dude. That's awesome. And then on to the next.
On to the next.
Love it. Hi, Sarah.
My win for today is that I actually woke up because I didn't wake up yesterday for my morning workout. But so my question, and I bet I kind of maybe know the answer. I like laughing. So if I'm like on Instagram and something funny comes on and I like it, it's like, I mean, I enjoy a little bit of comedic relief. Like, I feel like I borderline feel like I'm getting in trouble because I want to watch a video or 2.
Okay.
Or 3.
So let's think about this, right? Percentage wise. And by the way, guys, if you have to take off, I understand. No problem. We're gonna go past the hour a little bit because I'm not leaving until everyone gets their questions answered. Let's think about this, Sarah.
Hold on real quick. Can you ask that question again? Did you hear it?
I didn't hear it.
Can you help me work out so I can get stronger?
Yes, absolutely. See, love. Do you know why he's asking that, Sarah? Is that your nephew?
Yes.
Because he sees you.
Yeah, that's so cute.
That's pretty freaking amazing, right?
Yeah.
And now that I know that you have headphones on. So
yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be. So let's think about this percentage-wise. You have such a large percentage of what you are doing right now with your life. You're leveling up at work, with your coaching, with the girls at school, with the fact that you are setting boundaries, right? With your staff at school to make sure that it limits your anxiety there. You're working out consistently. You're following your schedule. You are making sure that you get your meals done. You're working on sleep. Now, I'm not going to tell you that what you're doing is wrong as far as wanting to laugh on social media, right? But I want you to truly ask yourself, is it making me distract myself from what I'm working on at night? Is that maybe one of the reasons why I'm having trouble falling asleep? If it's not, then wonderful. There's nothing wrong with consuming a little bit of stuff like that, but it has to be intentional, right? You have to still set limits. You have to tell yourself that maybe during dinner, I want to have a little bit of a laugh. That's fine. You want to consume something that helps you mellow out a little bit. Fine. That's cool. Or you want to do it when you're at not driving, when you're on your lunch break, that's fine, but it has to be intentional, which means that if you consume it at times that it is hurting you, that's when it becomes an issue, right? I love watching romantic comedies. I love watching shows on Netflix that are just funny, but I have a limit for it. I only watch it during lunchtime, and sometimes it used to be at dinner time, but it's only when I don't have the kids, right? I don't stay up late watching that stuff. I don't really consume it at other times because I know it doesn't really benefit me. Yeah, Love is Blind is. I didn't finish the last season. I watched the reunion. Oh my God, that's the only reality show that I watch, and I'm sure there's some sort of psychology behind it. I don't know what it is. Maybe it makes me hopeful that there's still love out there. I don't know. Anyway, be intentional with it, Sarah. So I'm not saying that you're getting in trouble by doing it. No, but you have to be aware that you're doing it, and then really ask yourself, like, am I watching it late at night? And is that the reason why I'm having trouble falling asleep? Or am I watching it at a point of my day when it actually serves me? Because if it's the first thing you watch in the morning, it's not going to engage your brain the same way. If you watch it during lunch, maybe that's fine. If you watch it maybe after work for a couple of minutes, that's fine. But ask yourself, like, can I replace the time that I watch that with something else? And you don't have to replace all of it, but some of it will not hurt you. I hope that helps. And yes, we can get him on a workout plan too. We have the junior special. Thanks to you guys, and thanks to Sam and Sammy helping me build this. Like, none of this would be possible for me if it wasn't for you guys, which is why I commit to showing up for you guys with intention, with energy, and with intensity. So I appreciate all of you. Jenny, you have a question over there?
No, I don't have any questions. I can't think of anything.
Is it because you're staying up late doing homework when you know you should probably be winding up for bed so you can tackle your homework tomorrow when you have more time on a weekend?
Yeah, but I can't do that when I have 2 assignments due tonight. So I'm working on that right now.
All right. Jenny just decided to renew for another year. We're in conversations.
I'm really quiet behind the scenes, guys. I don't really talk. See, I forgot my win now. Well, no, I was going to say that I feel like this week the past 2 weeks, recently I feel like I have, in a sense, been prioritizing my sleep a bit more because although I have like these assignments that I need to work on, I've been kind of listening to more about how I've been feeling, and I've had like other things going on. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna just call it a night. Like, I can't focus. I'm just going to go ahead and just sleep. Like, I need to sleep because of everything else going on. So I guess that's my win. I've been trying to listen more to like what I need and what like my body needs and things like that, because I've been feeling very fatigued and things like that. So I guess that's my win. And then I had a pretty good day today and everything. Yesterday went great with my kids, and then today too. So yeah.
Good. I'm happy to hear that. Now, only thing I'll say is that use tonight as a lesson, right? So think about your week and think about what nights you could have, or what evenings, not nights, you could have worked on the assignment so this doesn't happen again. And I know we've talked about this before. And this is not me scolding you. This is me just reminding you of what you already know. So that way you don't have to have the stress of late night assignments being due. Schedule everything. We've talked about this, and I know that you can do it. Wonderful. I'm proud of you. And I'm happy that you are listening to your body and getting the sleep that you need, because your body deserves it. All right, guys, anybody else before we go? I'm here for it. You guys are all good? Wonderful. All right, take yourselves off mute. Say good night. Adios, everybody. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you.
Good night, all.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, folks. Good night.
All right, so that wraps up Fierce Fridays. I don't like the name. We're going to change it. I just had all my clients come on. And honestly, I love having them on because it gives me a chance to see where they're at, see what they need, and see what I can do better for them, because I continuously am working on self-improvement. Self-improvement is a journey. It is not a freaking gimmick. It is not something that is cliche. It really is exactly what it sounds like. Self-improvement. Self-improvement is the best revenge, the best success, the best everything. So work on what you are trying to do relentlessly. Be unrealistic, and do not let nobody tell you that you can't do it. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the VetRise Podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join our mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget that we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.